All right, my bows and bow ties. Welcome back to another chit chat with me. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm the Black Opinionated woman, also known as a bow. So, I was just sitting here thinking, I didn't have to do any running around tonight. My husband had to take care of that duty. So, um, I want to talk about a couple things. So, I want to talk about here it is. Let me put the title up. You mad? And yes, that is not correct English, but I don't care. I choose to speak in the way I want to speak today. Instead of saying, "Are you mad?" or whatever, I'm saying, "You mad?" because I can. So, so why am I talking about this? I just feel like everybody's mad about something. Let me go ahead and throw up my little thumbnail. That's what you selected to get into this video. Yes. Let me take off this title. Okay. So, I think the reason why I chose this thumbnail is because so many people, bring this up right here. So many people are dealing with a lot of things. They're not happy. They're going through relationship challenges. They're going through health crises. They're going through financial difficulty, um, spiritual awakening or testing of the faith. There's so much going on. There's an identity crisis going on. We've got so much going on. And right now, everybody is in their feelings about something. And I get it because the way I am viewing it is sometimes I fall into this. I feel like we're living in a modern day dystopia. For those of you who don't really know what dystopia is, and I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence, it's kind of like the Hunger Games or what's that other one? Not the Hunger Games. I can't remember the name of that movie. Um, I can see it. I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. So it's basically when you live in a society where, like, the government or someone, like, you have like this huge entity, this faction, this something that's ruling everything, and they take away actually all of your rights, and everyone is like made to be equal, made to just to think for yourself, do things for yourself. There's all kinds of movies that are very like dystopian, right? Like a Total Recall or anything where like the Terminator or whatever. It's kind of like a dystopia, right? Where like when they're in the future, or maybe even like a Handmaid's Tale or something like that. The Handmaid's Tale, whatever, where it's like you have like a ruling entity, and your rights are taken away. Maybe there's poverty, there's whatever it is, and so like they kind of like normalize everyone. You're not allowed to have any sort of they don't allow for any sort of dissension among the masses. You want to keep everybody in rank and file. You find movies where they take away your ability to feel or to how you procreate or whatever it is. So it does kind of give you like this modern day dystopia kind of feel, right? I mean, think about it. Everybody is mad about something. Let's get into it. So I wrote down a few things. And this list is not exhaustive. Okay, it's not in totality. These are just the things that I wrote down off the top of my mind because that's just where I'm at with it. Now, let me just say this for the record. Where we are right now, like we've been getting all these weather reports that there's going to be like 40 days and 40 nights of rain or whatever it is. And it's going to be this big storm. There was like threats of tornadoes and everything else. So anytime something happens, I'm like, so yeah, I'm just keeping a lookout. All right. So let's get on into it. I'm going to talk about um, the feminists. Now, I've mentioned in other videos that I'm a faux feminist. I'm not a real feminist because, I don't really subscribe to everything. You know how there's multiple waves of feminism. First wave feminism dealt with like uh like suffrage, like the right to vote, like women's rights, and the second wave was I think it was civil rights. I might be butchering this. So for those of you who are like hardcore feminists and sociologists, if you just correct me. The second wave dealt with like civil rights and equality. And I'm butchering this now, but like that type of thing. Third wave was the whole identity thing, like what is womanhood and all this stuff like that, that whole identity thing. And then the fourth way it deals with like the intersectionality, stuff like that. And it's not that I don't believe in those things, but not really. I'm kind of a little bit hypocritical because, like, I think what feminism was meant to be has been co opted into something else. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I don't hate men. Now, I will question some of the things with men, but I don't believe in that man hating stuff. It's kind of weird because then they start blaming men for everything. Okay, we already got the whacked out manosphere acting out, but you got some whacked out feminists who are they're a little extra. But anyway, so the feminists right now, everybody's mad, and I think a lot of it primarily has to deal with people who don't look like me. Okay, so look, a lot of black women are like, you got it, you got it. Like we're tired of fighting, we're all the way tired. We need a nappy nap, right? So you got the feminists mad about Roe v. Wade, and there's some great points that they bring up. I'm just not jumping in. I'm like, I don't know, do what everyone wants to do. Now I have the luxury right now of not worrying too much about contraception and that type of thing because I made sure I got my tubes tied after my fourth child, my twins. And, I took care of all of that. So, I mean, anything's possible, but it is highly unlikely. So, I'm not thinking about those things, but I understand why people would. But anyway, the feminists are losing their minds. Now they want people to have a week long or some period long abstaining from sex thing. I'm like, not me. Call me a pick me. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, not that you need to be in my business. Excuse me, I'm live. Go downstairs, please, honey. Go downstairs. Thank you. So, sorry, that was my son. I don't like for my children to be on. So I may even actually cut that out altogether. Anyway, so I don't getting back to this feminist, I don't necessarily subscribe to all of the weird whacked out feminists. Like but they're in their feelings, they stay mad about some stuff and they want to hate men. Now, they do bring up some great points. I'm just not getting involved. You know what? I want to practice learned helplessness and I want to sit on my hands. Now, I know I sound hypocritical because I get on black people all the time for practicing learned helplessness. It's a little tongue in cheek. What I'm really saying is, I'm like, I think I'm just going to sit this one out. I'm gonna let them be mad, all the way mad. Just be mad. Go ahead, because the way I look at it is when white women get involved, they know how to get stuff done too. It's not just black women. When white women want to do it, this is gonna take me right on to my next point. The Karens want to Karen. We got some Karens out here who are Karening hard, all the way hard. Not gonna get into it, but look, I've listened to a lot of discussions out here in these streets. This is the time when some are engaging in introspection and reflection and a lot of things. I think that right now you got the Karens out here who've rediscovered their voice and they're just expressing themselves on any and everything. From any and everything. They're willing to fall on their sword for any and everything. Everything. So right now the Karens are mad, the feminists are mad, like everybody's mad about something. Everybody have want a cause. Everybody has a cause. Everybody wants to start a movement. All right. Hold on one moment. Hey, don't come through here. Okay. So anyway, that's what's going on. We got a bunch of people who are all the way mad. We got let's focus on the Asians for a second. I got something for them too. The Asians want people to recognize the Asian hate and all that stuff, but they don't want to get involved in anything else. So they're still hiding behind this model minority. They're hiding behind it. Okay. I'm calling thing a thing. They're like, there's Asian hate. There's a lot of hate. Yes, it sounds like a just all lives mattered, the Asian hate thing. And it's not that I don't think that there was an uptick in violence against the Asian people, but now they got a movement too. Everybody's got a movement. Everybody's mad. Everybody's all the way mad. All right, let's move on. Yeah, I went after you guys. I'm going after everybody. Black men, they stay on 10. They stay mad. They're all the way mad. I don't even know if I need to say anything because you're going to have to wait. You just told me you weren't hungry. So now you're going to have to wait. See what I'm saying? Now I have the one child who was outside and I extended some grace and let him play with his friends. And now he wants to wait until it's time for me to go live to come down here and just be all extra. We're not going to have that. So I carry on. So back to the angry black men. So we got the angry black men who are in their feelings about he who shall not be named, who passed away. And I am not here to tap dance on the grave of the dead. I don't get down with that. I'm just not trying to invest a whole lot of energy and cycles into it. That particular individual didn't even like people like me. Um, all kinds of things that were said that were disparaging and they were disgusting. And so I'm like, I can't give my energy to that. However, all the black dudes are mad about any and everything, and they don't even realize that they really need to be angry at themselves. But they're actually angry at white supremacy. But it's misguided anger. All right. So anyway, the black men are mad. The Asians are mad about stuff, but like it's like they want to be mad, but they don't want to do anything. I'm like, okay, miss me. Start marching or something. Then you know what I mean. It's not that I don't think that they have needs and stuff, but they're hiding behind the so-called model minority. So I'm like, all right, miss me with that too. Okay. But yeah, black men are mad at everyone. Primarily black women, and it's just misguided anger. All right. So then we got the white men who basically they're just mad because they want more whiteness. Okay. They want more whiteness. They're sick and tired of the brown people populating and immigrating and all that good stuff. They're in their feelings. And now somebody just get them some extra MAGA hats. Just get them some MAGA hats. I mean, like, I don't even know. Can I say that? Because, this app likes to flag things. So I'm like, so white men want a white, black men want a black, Karens want a Karen, feminists want to feminize. I'm just making up words. The Asians want to be Asians. I'm like, everybody's mad. The trans women and men, primarily from what I see, the trans women, they want so much to be seen as women. And I get it. There is a difference between sex and gender. And then we got to go through all this breaking down what is gender versus sex and understanding certain things are driven by environment, societal roles. And then I'm like, but if gender is just a construct, then why, if you're trans, do you have to take on the very performative things that you're saying is just a construct? If you feel like you want to identify as something, just identify as it. Doesn't mean I have to believe it. I don't care what you do, right? But I support everybody's right to just believe what they want and feel the way they want. I don't understand why you have to knock on everybody's doors. Now, granted, I'm not in that community, so I do have a level of ignorance. And even when I try to read and understand, I still don't understand certain things. And partially because I'm not around the trans community to learn through heuristics. It's not like I'm like reaching out, like, excuse me, can I just hang around a whole bunch of trans people? I very well could be around a bunch of trans people all the time and not know it. The point I'm making is much of what's going on with the trans community, from my opinion. Let me put my little ticker up. These are my opinions, and all things are alleged to be true or untrue until proven otherwise. I don't know. These are just my opinions, okay? Nothing is fact. But from my understanding, you got the trans who they stay mad and they're like, we are women too. I'm like, okay. I mean, that's how you identify. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna, let me just say, I think I'm gonna start identifying as a whole, like full on white woman. We all have some mixture. So, I mean, maybe I should just start checking white. I mean, like, you can't tell me that I'm not, right? I can identify however I want. So maybe I need to just start putting on my census paperwork, white woman. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It's how I identify. So for the rest of this live, I am now a white woman. I'm the wow, the white opinionated woman. That's how I feel today. I'm the wow. I'm a wow. So yes, you got trans women, they're mad about stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. Everybody's mad. Who did I miss? Black women. All right. Let me leave them for last. Let me go to the comedians. I don't know why this stuck out to me. Excuse me, sir. We have rules. So, yeah, the comedians stay on 10 now, rightfully so. But now that the comedians can't go up and comedian, you notice how I made it up as a word. They can't go up and tell jokes without fear of being slapped and tackled. I'm like, between the Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle situation, I'm like, The comedians are going to get fired up now. People, I mean, I think they have a legitimate concern. Yeah. Oh, yes. So I'm just sitting here like everybody's mad. Everybody's on 10. Everybody's got a movement. And then you got the black women. Black women stay so mad now. Now they're just like, F it. I'm just divesting from everything. I no longer want to deal with black men. I don't even want to deal with the feminists. Black women are tired. They're like, we're taking a nappy nap. We're sitting everything out. Everyone else has it. They're like, all right, others and preferences. You got the black man. I'm not fighting any women's issues. Heck, I don't even need a date anymore. Some of them are like, I'll just get a cat and be by myself, or they'll divest with some other groups of people. So I just look, everybody is on 10. Everybody is mad. And it's like, I think a lot of it has to do with so many things, the ability to find love, the ability to own a home. So many people are angry about that. The ability to own a home, the ability to just have pride in being able to care for your family. That takes a toll on people. Health problems, um, racial injustice, the Me Too movement. You've got classism, sexism. You got all the isms. Everybody is mad. Everybody's mad. So I don't know. That's just the way I see it. I think it's like a modern day dystopia. Watching the news today, I'm like, oh my goodness, the babies can't get formula. They're talking about they think they can resume production in somewhere in Michigan, but it will be about 6 to 8 weeks before they can get stuff out. I was like, oh my. I was like, we can't beat the babies. And let me just say for the record, I'm not laughing because it's like hee haw funny. I'm laughing because it's like the ridiculousness of it, the ineffable boulder dash. I'm just like, what is this? I'm like, everything. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, look, I know how much you guys like me. If you like this content, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. You can just go ahead and do it right now. And make sure you subscribe. All right. Um, that's it. I mean, look, this isn't like earth shattering news, okay? I don't think anything about what I'm saying is earth shattering. By the way, I just have to say, I'm looking at myself on camera here, and I woke up this morning. All I did was like twist my hair down because I'm wearing my natural hair and some situation. I haven't done a good job of this, yet. But it was so funny. I went to work and I guess I must live around some relatively progressive people. Sorry, but my hair is just like matted now because it's funny. Like the first couple of people who saw my hair situation, well, obviously it wasn't this puffy this morning, were white men. And apparently they were in love with the hairstyle. Sorry about my eye. And then there were the women who know. I mean, there was like it was all kinds of people. They were like, "We love your hair," and it was so funny because it literally was like, "I'm just gonna untwist this." I was like, and I rolled out. It looked nicer today. But anyway, it was just so funny how like when you're like, I don't give a F, and people are like, it's so amazing. So I'm like, okay, I need to be doing this every day because I'm over the hair situation for a while. But anyway, yeah, go ahead and hit that like. I'll say this. There's so many other things that I didn't talk about on here today. Okay. These lists are not exhaustive, and I try not to make my conversations too heavy. And the reason why is because there's so much heaviness. I mean, I say what I need to say and then I try to get off. I'm not going to be on here on a regular doing multiple hours of live streams and stuff like that. I don't have that kind of time. I have to actually go feed one of my twins who missed dinner because I was trying to be nice and let him play outside with his buddy. I got to do things like that. I need to go fix my hair. I got to go fix my daughter's hair because you see, this is the situation. There's things that need to be done. All right. So look, let me get on up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back again. And, that's just where I'm at with it. Black opinionated women. Subscribe.